there was a meeting going on, and I forget the evangelist's name, but anyway, he was preaching, and all of a sudden, the Lord just prompted him to stop right in the middle of his message, and he said, I want to pay off anybody's debt that will jump up and come running down here right this minute. So he stopped and said, he said, the Lord just spoke to me. And he said, anybody that's here in this meeting that wants their debt paid off, jump up and run right down here. And he said, nobody said anything. And said, everybody's just sitting there. And said, all of a sudden, this one woman grabs her husband, jumps up and said, well, I'm going to come down there. And she grabbed her husband and drug him down there and said, if nobody else is coming, we got a big debt, I want mine paid off. So this evangelist said, I prayed for them, and they went back to the seat, and I started preaching again. No, not another single person came down, only this one. So he said, did we see anything? No. Anything happen in the supernatural? No, not that you can see. Not on our side. But anyway, so when the payment for that loan came due, the woman, which now is back at home, she goes down to the bank, and she says, I'm Mrs. So-and-so, and I want to make a payment on our loan. The lady pulls it up, and she looks at it, and she said, oh, that loan's paid off. She said, what? She said, it's paid off. She said, who paid it off? She said, well, I don't know. Let me get the supervisor, the manager, or whatever. And so they got the supervisor, and the supervisor came out, and she says, who paid this loan off? And he said, ma'am, you did. She said, what? He said, yes, and I'll just use the second, like the second of the month. On the second of the month, which is the exact day that she was in that meeting with that man, that day you walked in here and you gave us the cash and you pay. I was the man that took your money. And she said, oh, okay, good. And she walked out knowing that when she was in the meeting that the Lord had sent an angel that looked exactly like her and had paid off her note. Isn't that awesome? I mean, what can our God do, folks? I mean, we need to get a hold of who this God is. You know that? We really need to know what God can do. So, but here's the thing. How many people's debt do you think in that room he wanted to pay off? All of them. He could have done the same thing for every human being in that room, but nobody but that one woman had the faith to go do something. Isn't that kind of the way we are? I remember when Jesus walked up to the little man that had been sick 38 years, and what did he say? Would you like to get healed? Is that what he said? Richard, is that what he said to him? Yeah. Would you like to be healed? And of course, what did the guy say? Oh, yes, sure, I want to be healed. Is that what he said? No. What did he say? Oh, he said, whenever the waters are stirred, there's nobody to put me in the water. I can't be healed. Does that sound like us? I mean, Jesus is wanting to do things for us when we operate in faith, and we don't operate in faith. We have so much unbelief. It's unbelievable. I think it's time we get over that unbelief. Don't you, Jeff? We need to get over that, realizing who our God is and what He's done for us. And I just stand in awe at what our God is doing today.